So welcome everybody to the Circle Online Season 7 Second Chances finale. And we're going to start off with our block players. Not all of them can make it, but we're going to ask them a few questions. So I think this is yours, Tyler. Oh, we're letting people in for, okay, I didn't know that. Okay. Okay. Where is she? Okay. Hi, Jess.
Oh, we can't hear her.
We can't hear you. So when you unmute, just like introduce yourself and then can you hear us?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes. Okay. Okay. So just introduce yourself and we're going to ask you a question, but first introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Jess the Mess. From season 3 and Disney Speed Round and Harry Potter Speed Round and now season 7. So yay!
Okay, Jess, so the first question for you is, how was this season different from your previous season?
It was different from my previous seasons because I had a refillable prescription, first of all. No, but seriously, like when I did season 3, I had no idea how online reality games went or how online reality TV in general was. I'm not a big TV watcher. So like, it was really like, just crazy for me. And some of the things I felt were harsh, but now that I've seen it and I've lived it, like this season, I just wanted to have fun. I just wanted to show people, look, like I know my season 3, I was a crazy person, but this season, I'm just here to have fun and fuck shit up as much as I can. So.
Okay, so what were your best and worst moments of the season?
My best moment for sure was yesterday, causing all that like drama. Like I was living for it. I was laughing. Y'all saw, those of you who've seen my diary saw, like, I was just having a good time. It was all in good fun. Nothing was like meant maliciously. First of all, because I'm not a bully. First of all, that was my worst, I think, moment because I was like triggered as fuck. I was like, you want to talk about bullies? Let's talk about bullies. No, but I got over it, as y'all could see again. My diary has everything like last time, but that was my best. And yesterday was just so much fun because I don't think I'm winning. So I was just like, you know what? I'm just going to get emotions riled up and make everyone crazy the last day. So.
Okay, so having played the game before, so you knew kind of how it went, how did your initial strategy this time match up with how you actually played the game this time?
So it was really difficult because this time most of us know each other. So last time it was really like, I'm just going to be myself and win people over, which is what I did. But this season, I knew most of the players. And so my strategy was to try and be in an alliance as soon as possible. Unfortunately, I don't think it was that well of a strategy though, because I was in an alliance with most of my friends. And so now we're at the end and it's like, oh, well, who's going to win? Because we all like each other. So, I felt like I should have started an alliance with people that I hadn't played with before. Not that I don't like the people I haven't played with before, but we don't know each other like that. So now it's like, I shot myself in the foot playing with Tai. Like, we're such good friends. Like, how are we going to vote each other? Like,
well, thank you. So like next up, we're going to introduce Rachel to the group.
Cool. Or can I mute myself?
Playing Rachel, I don't know. We'll see. So hi, Rachel. So introduce yourself and like your season from where you're from.
Hey there, what were you saying? I only heard half of it.
Oh, so just introduce yourself and the season you played before.
Hi, it's Rachel. I played in season 5 as Rachel 5 years ago.
So we have a couple of questions for you. How was this season different from your previous season?
Everybody knew everybody, so it felt weird, and I think we made it very boring going in.
Okay, so what were the best and worst moments of this season?
Both the best moment was probably how quickly everybody collectively latched on to Andy not being Andy, and I felt like we were playing the weirdest game of telephone. Yeah.
So since you've played before, how did your initial strategy going into this time match up with how you actually played the game?
I went in with the exact same strategy, which was do nothing. This time I went in, I knew everybody, and I just latched on to somebody, or more, I was latched on with somebody, and then we just kind of went for it.
Okay. Well, next up we have Tai Tai joining us, or whoever played Tai Tai. We'll see. Hi, Tai Tai. Well,
Hi, Alex.
Oh, you look so handsome.
so we have a few questions for you. How was this season different from your previous season?
Well, I lasted more than 8 hours.
Unmute yourself.
Sorry about that.
I could
Oh,
hear
no,
you
you-
through Axe, I think.
So I said that it was different from my previous season because I lasted more than 8 hours. So that was completely different. And I actually got to play.
Oh, Axe, mute yourself.
Yeah,
Axe,
Tai-
mute yourself.
yeah, probably.
Awkward.
Right.
What were the best and worst moments for you this season?
The best and the worst moments. I guess the best moments were definitely on the theme days because I really enjoyed those, especially the Pokemon one. That was really cool because that just like blew everything out of the water for me. But also like it was really fun playing with people that I know. So that was probably the top thing. And the worst thing that I experienced, I had a really bad day yesterday, I guess because everything caught up to me. But other than that, I think the worst thing was having to block people because there were a lot of people that I really liked. And so it was really hard to block people. Just as like, eh.
I mean, you played the game before, so you kind of going in. How did that?
Axe, we can't hear you that well now. You sound really far away.
So how did, since you played the game before, you came in with a strategy. How did it match up to how you actually played the game?
Tyler, you're muted again.
Crazy. So coming in, I didn't know who exactly would be in the game. So my strategy was to try to rely on what I know of how people sound. So like how they type and stuff. So I was gonna try to find people that I know and try to work with them. But surprise, like I knew everybody because I was expecting it more to be like the first All-Star season where like it was like completely new people. So that was a big surprise to me. And then I just messaged me and then we started working together. And then we were with Susanna and Rachel. And so I really liked these people. I trusted them. And so I just ended up sticking with them to the end. And we were just trying to knock people off as the blockings went along.
Okay, so thank you. We're gonna introduce Nikal next.
Where is it?
You can't keep them from me forever. I hope he's in sweats.
So if you could please introduce yourself and what season you were originally from. Mikhail, could you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, there's just so many layers of confusion I'm on right now. So it's
I guess he popped off.
He got dressed up and everything.
you're just gonna have to give me a minute.
Okay.
All right, hello,
Hi.
McCall. I'm that season 5 boy. I got dressed up because last time I was wearing a pajama shirt and no pants.
Oh.
We had to put on a tie this time.
Are you wearing pants
Okay.
this time?
Don't ask questions you don't want answers to.
I do
Well,
want answers.
we want you to stand up now. Okay, so
That's gonna be $5.
You take Venmo?
Only
We
$5?
have
Don't sell yourself short, dude.
You
Look,
get the friend discount.
my OnlyFans, yeah, I was gonna say my OnlyFans is open to my friends.
We have a few questions for you.
Oh God.
So how was this season different from your last season?
I mean, it was just weird because like coming in first day, you kind of get like a general vibe of everyone, you know. But coming in last, or I guess next to last, because Ashley hopped in. It was just because like I didn't know how anyone felt about anyone else, and I certainly didn't know how anyone felt about me. And at least like coming in like first, like I generally knew who didn't like me, like by like the third or fourth day. But like, you know, but honestly, like it relaxed me so much because I didn't have to do anything. I was hanging out. Anyone that was in any of my private chats would know that I very rarely did anything seriously. And if you looked at my diary, I apologize. But yeah, I just got to be so much more relaxed and talk about pasta and music and, you know, post pictures of cats crying. So it was great. It was great.
What would you say your best and worst moments were of this season?
Did I have any moments this season? I didn't do anything. I feel like my best moment was the pasta chat, the ape shit chat. That was great. I feel like my worst moment was how little I was like. I felt like I was like never there. I felt like I was always had to go do some shit. So.
Okay, so like since you've played the game before, I'm pretty sure you had a strategy going in to this. Or how did your strategy going in match up with how you actually played the game?
Bro, what strategy? Come on, Axe. You know me. I went in and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna talk to the people that I know. And then I saw people that I knew and I was like, hype, this is gonna be great. I had no strategy. The only strategy I had was like, I'm gonna befriend some of my season 5 peeps because there's a lot in here, and maybe I'll write it to top 5. And then I hung out with my season 5 peeps and I wrote it to top 5. So I'm good. I won, and, you know, as far as I wanted to.
Yeah, no offense to the season 5, but I was like over it. I was like, I am here just by myself. Cool. Until y'all blocked Tabby, I was like really hurt about that.
Nah, you're invited to the season 5 group chat.
Oh, and I sent all of y'all friend requests who I didn't have friends. So after this, I'll add y'all to the server that I made for us. I hope y'all like it. Like, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So next up, we're gonna introduce Susanna as the last finalist.
You really should be first. The poor girl's got to be so tired.
Hey.
Hey, Susanna.
Hey guys. So let me check out your faces. Okay, I see everyone. Good.
It's me.
Hey.
So Susanna, we
So
have
what did I miss?
for you.
Okay, I'll answer them.
How was this season different from your previous season?
Very. I don't know. Like it's a really weird feeling to play with people you know and are your friends, and like it makes it really difficult to play the game rather than just focus on the friendships. So yeah.
Okay,
And
so
I guess it was also more twisty than the previous season, I felt like.
what would you describe as your best and worst moments?
I was thinking a lot about it because I felt like I had a lot of each, but worst moment, I think I felt really bad that day when like Mel or Andy, I guess, felt really like targeted, and that
Mhm.
like that day I was like super sleep deprived, like what Rachel said, that I must be super tired. Yes, I am. And so that day I took it pretty hard, like I don't know, it was just not a very good day for me. And then the best moment, definitely the office day, because I'm a sucker for the office. So yeah.
So going into the season, how did your initial strategy match up with how you actually played the game?
I was gonna be really like smart about everything, but then that went out of the window as soon as I realized that it's not possible when I'm playing with friends. So I guess I was gonna be a lot more strategic than I ended up being. But so like the another thing is that I guess I was gonna go for more like a alone thing like I did in my previous season, and that didn't end up happening at all. So yeah, nothing went the way I thought it would.
Well, this was an all-star season, and as an all-star season, we threw a little twist here and there, and
A little bit.
yes. So the first one was, the personality quiz y'all took at the beginning of the season before you entered the game.
Yeah.
So that quiz determined who was going to be a catfish, because we couldn't have, just random catfishes in there since y'all knew each other. And we wanted players who were in the game to catfish as each other. So we did like a swap. So Ashley was the real Ashley at first. And then when they went to the block circle, there was a ranking there. And the Ashley who came back was the Bree. Because I know some of you were confused. It's like, was Ashley the whole time? So she was, in fact, Ashley at one time. And so total, we had 3 catfish plus Bree, who came back a second time. So it was 4 in total. So, and y'all got them all out. So
Yes.
Okay, so now we're gonna ask the block players questions. So take it away, Tyler.
Hi. Well, when I realized she was season 5 and everybody else was season 5, I thought I was screwed. But then they were like, oh, they kicked her out. And I was like, oh, cool. But I guess I didn't get to read enough of her diary to like understand how she was. So I was like, gotta put my own flair on it. They were vibing hard. And I was like, and the things they talked about, I didn't relate to. And I didn't know if Desiree did because she got kicked out so early, if that was part of it. But I was like, okay, they have the same kind of humor. So I tried to use the humor, but then like, I think I took it like the damn step too far of like, because our season was quite, like pick people out. And then when I got blocked and Brie got blocked, we said that she was like, oh yeah, our season was super, super, super like gossipy versus their season. Cause I came in first day as Dan, and then like everybody was just chopping people up. And I was like, I had no other circle experience. And then I played Hermione. So it was okay for me to be that way, but it was really hard being a catfish for like somebody else. And I didn't know if she had actual like friendships with any of them outside their season, because I know like I'm friends with people outside of my season. So that was super hard. So I tried to like befriend Brie, but like not show that I was me. It was super hard.
I think in some ways she was amazing in that she was very social and outgoing. I think other ways was watching on the other side of the screen, like, what are you talking about? But still muted. Am I just a little laggy? Hold on. I tried muting and I'm that better.
One of the things that was super funny about you catfishing as Desiree is that at one point you said something to Bree, and Bree wrote in her diary that she felt like Desiree was calling her out. And then when y'all moved to the block circle, she mentioned that you called me out, and you said, "I never called you." And everybody's diary said, "I wonder why Desiree called Bree out." And that was funny to me.
I know that Desiree put in her diary when she saw me, because like I was saying I was dead when I died every time inside. Andy said, girl, or talked about RuPaul. I've never seen RuPaul. Yeah. And he was super vibing off that, and it was killing me because like I could just barely see the conversations because you guys just let us in. But Desiree, when I got to see her journal and she saw it, we were talking about it, she was like, I'm a vegetarian, when I was making blatant statements. And I was like, yes. I like chicken pot pies, because I was trying to be like very neutral about what I said because I didn't know her. So I'd be like, I like chicken pot pies. And she screenshot it and she's like, I'm a vegetarian. But I was like, but I also handed out that vegetarian pasta at the beginning for shepherd's pie. So
Yep, that was good. That was smart.
No. Not at all. I should have definitely brought up game talk on the second day, like when I opened my channel. I 100% should have, but then I was like, fuck, it's so early. And also everyone knows me as being like, oh, I'm just gonna play and have fun. So like, I didn't want her to be like, oh, is that Ashley? Like she's bringing up game talk already. Like, but I definitely fucking should have. So I regret that.
That was my fault, sorry.
It's Lilly, so it's 2 L's. Honestly, I had more fun watching Brie play as me than I had playing, because it was just like interesting to like see like Zeus and Rachel caught on pretty fast, and I don't think anyone else really realized, because that girl is good. Like I would read some things that she said and I would be like, is that me? Like am I but then other things she said, like I was like, okay, I would never say that. But like obviously she doesn't know me that well, and she did so well. Like I think she's just very observant, and like yeah, she did so well. I had so much fun watching her play, and then also watching everyone being like, I don't think that's Ashley. So it was fun.
I think, can you hear me? Cool. Yeah. Well, I think the whole time I was just struggling with like I was struggling with how much it mattered to seem real. And I finally came to this feeling of like, fuck it, I'd rather that be likable and an obvious catfish than be an obvious catfish and also unlikable because I'm so stressed. And then that whole thing happened with the fake Andy thing. And I think in the morning, like I woke up at 7 a.m., I saw these messages and I was just like defeated. I was so done. I was like freaking out, crying, like, I don't know what to do. I'm a failure. Everyone's upset. And then by the end of the day, I was just like, fuck it. I don't care anymore. I'm just going to do what I have to do. And I'm just going to be myself, even if it's obvious that I'm not Andy. And then real Andy came in and, you know, stood up for me, which I appreciated, but I felt bad that it became like an attack, like, or that anyone felt attacked, you know what I mean? And I think from there I was pretty much done for. Like, if I could have stayed in, it's possible I would have stayed in if there wasn't the Insta block, and maybe I could have joined with the newer people, but I think my fate was pretty much sealed. Nobody wanted fake Andy around. Yeah, I think so. I think I was just so stressed with every single thing I said that I barely wanted to participate because like I knew that everything I said was going to be picked apart. So if I just let go of that sooner, I think I would have been at least more likable to have around and people would have wanted kept me, you know?
Oh, Ashley, I'm so sorry if I made you feel any type of way because I was triggered for like a moment. It's in my diary. I talked about it and then I was okay.
Yeah.
I didn't mean it to be malicious, and that's what I was trying to get across. Like, listen, anyone who knows me knows I'm not malicious. Like, in my head, I was doing it with a sing-song voice, like, hey, fake Andy. But through text, we all know that that's very difficult to translate people's like emotions and their like tone of voice. And so after that, it was just kind of like, whoa, like everyone is like, this is, I thought we all played this before. Like, I'm just trying to like have fun, like throw and I was trying to throw in some drama because it felt too kumbaya for me. Like everyone was like, we're all friends. And I was like, okay, but it's a game. Like I love all of you, but I'm here to play the game. I didn't sign up for this just to go through the mental trauma. I want to try and win.
Yeah.
So like I felt really bad at that point, and I'm sorry if I did make you feel some kind of way. And I never meant anything to anyone maliciously. It was just me playing the game because if any of y'all saw my season, which Isabella did, Ty did, Heidi acts, like I was a mess. Like it wasn't the most fun experience for me. So this season I was like, I just want to show everyone like I can have fun, that I'm not gonna have a mental breakdown every day because it felt like that last time. And so I'm really sorry though if I did say anything to hurt anyone at all because that was not my intention.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I know like as soon as I got into the break day, I was over it, but I was just at like a heightened emotion. And again, like I said in the chat, I was also getting tested for COVID that day. Like I was just really stressed, you know, and everything was sort of hitting me a lot harder. But I knew like, especially that all blew up like 10 minutes before the chat closed. So I took my break day and I was like, I'm just gonna take some time and relax and not worry about this. And, you know, I was over it quickly and I felt bad that it even like blew up to the point that it did, you know? So.
Well, I'm sending you
and you'll see what I said in my diary.
Like seriously, y'all, like no, if whatever y'all wrote about me, no hard feelings or whatever, because I literally just had fun this time. Like I was just a mess, no stress this season. Like seriously.
I was just a mess, so it's okay.
I think the audience is having trouble hearing me, but so maybe can Axe or Heidi take the next question so I can figure this out?
Yeah, I can do that.
Oh wait, no, they can hear me now. You can...
Okay, go for it.
Cool. Awesome. So this question was actually for Tabby. Tabby couldn't make it today. She went hiking and enjoying the outdoors. She said the question was, you were out even before you really had a chance to play. Is there anything you would have done differently? And she pretty much just said she would have caused more drama off the bat to try and separate the alliance because she knew that there's a big alliance already in play. And then the next question is for Isabella. You were the only one who hadn't played a regular season. How do you think this affected your game?
I think it had a really big impact on my game. Basically, from the second I got into the circle and I saw that literally everyone else was a season 5 player, I was like, I'm literally fucked. I'm not gonna make it past day 1. But I did make it past day 1 it was a huge surprise for me, and I actually made it way further than I thought. But after I got out of the circle, looking back, I was like, yeah, I did not stand a chance. Like the second that big Final Four alliance was formed, like I think it pretty much had a big impact on my game because everyone else was like, like we don't really know her that well. So yeah.
Do you think you would have rather played in a all newbie season
I think I would have.
returning?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
probably would have like playing in a newbie season because when everyone else like knows each other so well, you definitely feel like the odd one out, and it can feel really hard to like break into these already existing friendships.
Are we still gonna play Stardew?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have any hard feelings like for anyone, so it's all good.
Okay, this question Bree couldn't make it as well. She's gonna be working, but this question was for her. And she also has a question for one of you. But her question was: she was the only non-catfish player from her season, and by the time she saw Mel, she knew it wasn't real Mel. Considering the reputation of Logan had in the season, do you think you could have trusted anyone from your season if one of your profiles had shown up? How did being the only clear season 6 player affect your strategy? And her answer was, it would have depended on who it was. I probably would have trusted Mel if I thought it was really her. She was really loyal to me last season. I really liked the real Mel in general. I don't think I would have fully trusted anyone else for my season. I would have expected them to come after me just for revenge. And she put LOL. Coming in as the only season 6 player, I immediately wanted to connect with Isabella because she was seemingly the only other player without any connections to everyone else. I didn't know she and Susanna had played together in their speed round. I would have tried to connect with Ashley since we're both moms. And Desiree before she came after me because she was out so quickly in her season, and I would have assumed she didn't have any strong ties to the other players. So it seems like she wanted to go for align with Isabella, Ashley, and Desiree before she was blocked first. She then asked me to give a question to McCall. Why was he opposed to any type of strategy or game talk, and if he generally signed up to just talk to new players?
Hey, I wasn't opposed to it like in my original season. I was just bad at it. But this season coming in, I immediately got the vibe that there were at least a 3 to 4 person alliance, and like the only chance I had was to be as totally, I think I said this like my first day, was like to be totally innocuous, and like the only way I can get to top 5 is to be as harmless as possible. And if you scheme to be harmless, then people will notice that. So I just gave up. I was like, there's no point to try to scheme and try to plan, because if I try to break up this alliance, I'll get outed. So I was like, fuck it. I'll just be me. I'll vibe. And yeah, I just didn't, I felt like having a strategy, because like in season 5, people already felt like I was a super schemer, even when I didn't do anything. And so I worried that if I tried scheming at all in this season, I'd be immediately sussed out and kicked. So I just figured it was actually better for my game plan just to talk about pasta and music.
One of the things that we notice as spectators and gods is that the 4-person alliance really dominated because everybody wanted that 5th spot. There was times throughout the season that people came to Isabella to create an alliance, or several people, fake Andy or fake Mel, and every single time somebody would tell the 4-person alliance and they would block the person. It was just impossible to because everybody wanted that 5th spot. Nobody wanted to turn against it.
It was like by the time that people were like talking to me about conspiring about it, and I'm usually the last person that people tell about strategy. It like by the time it got to me, it's like, well, there's 7 people left, and so if the 3 of us are trying to break up the 4-person alliance, it's never gonna happen, dudes. We're never gonna get there. So I'ma just vibe. I'ma hang out, and if y'all get blocked, I'm sorry, and if I get blocked, that's just what happens. You know, like, so I just figured that like it wasn't worth it for me because I'm not, you know, that much of a schemer in general. Like I didn't think I'd be able to pull like a super grand play to get the big alliance to hate each other. So I just figured it wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't
The
worth it.
funny thing is, I wanted to ruin our alliance at the end, but just for the drama, because that's why I kept reiterating, like, we are friends, like, don't take any of this personally. Don't be me. It's just fun. So, but I mean,
oh yeah, I should emphasize that I wasn't upset yesterday, like at all.
Oh no, I wasn't either. I actually told
okay.
Alex, I was like, that was all just for show. Like I know how genuine I am, so it was like whatever. Like
I want to say everything y'all said about me is true. Actually, like I'm shit at texting and I'm super dramatic. So you know, like I can't get mad about that.
I can't wait for y'all to see one of my videos in my I wanted drama. I'm gonna be drama.
Yeah.
So the last question for the block players is to Mel, but real Andy. Everyone figured out pretty quickly that you weren't actually Mel. Do you think this helped to hurt you? Andy said it hurt him a lot because everyone knew he was a catfish and not being real. Since the fake Andy incident, everyone had their eyes peeled on the new catfish. And my profile saying AKA Andrew was basically my downfall. However, if they didn't know it was me, I bet they would have blocked me a little sooner. You all agree with that? If you didn't know it was Andy, would you have blocked Mel a little sooner?
Probably.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
They weren't there.
I just tried
Well,
blocking.
yeah, but like keeping someone who isn't there is not the worst idea, is it?
No,
I mean,
but
we
it's
can.
boring.
Well, we
like,
had plenty to talk about anyway.
I mean, yeah, we were already boring, but it was more boring. We can't have 5 boring people. We need a maximum of 3.
And you and I have the 2 spots already, so.
We're gonna change the world.
So that's
Soon.
it. Oh.
Eventually.
That's it for the block questions. Then we're gonna go to the finalist questions. And I think Axe has those.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Mikal, compared to your original season, you played very undramatically and didn't call anyone out in the circle chat. You teased us in your diary, but you never really did. It's like how you did it in your original season. Were you just trying to play under the radar? I guess you kind of answered that, but you can further explain.
To answer that more specifically, like, I don't want to bad talk anyone from season 5, so I'm not going to use names. But the only reason that I went as hard as I did in season 5 with my drama was because like I felt actively targeted, right? And like, so like that was the only way for me to do anything about being actively targeted was to stir shit up. So like the person that I did all that to, like I felt like antagonized. Like it was all like a reaction to them. Rachel, I love you, but I'm not gonna say that, bud. All right, I'm not gonna do that. That's disrespectful. But so like if anyone had like come out with like some serious shit about me like this last week, I would have gone in, you know, and not because I was upset at them, but because I thought it would be funny. But like nothing happened. Like no one was like, you know, like, and I was trying so hard to instigate you, Jess. I was trying so hard to like see if you would go in with that, like, nah, you got to commit. You got to commit to your bullying me. I was trying so hard to like start a fight, and you were like, no, I love you. And I was like, okay, that's fair. Damn it. I was trying so hard to start something, but like, yeah, like nothing happened. Like, and like, it felt like season 5 where everyone was just so nice. And like, I was like, shit, I can't start shit over nothing. It's gotta be from something.
Can I tell y'all, Mikal and Jess's conversation were so funny because they were so awkward.
Oh my god, it was like freaking, what was her name? I already forgot her name or his name, or oh my god. From season 3, it was like that. It was like going nowhere. Like,
it was so, we took screenshots in the game so far. It is the funniest thing in the world.
Mariah?
Oh, Mariah. Yeah, that was one. Yeah.
I was talking about Mariah. It was Mariah all over again. I was like, I'm just gonna not open up a chat with him anymore.
There was such a funny, great line from Rachel's diary.
Oh no.
It was like, have you ever been excited to introduce two of your friends and then like a car happens and you're like, okay.
Oh yeah, it's like watching an animal die on the side of the road.
That's
It just
exactly
didn't.
what it was.
It just didn't work.
I mean, no
love Jess. I love McCall.
Like
it just didn't work out.
Yeah, the music thing was there though, so that was cool.
You got that, yeah.
That's why I was like, okay, I'm gonna exit this sleepover now and like go chat with the spectators. Bye. Like,
yeah, I feel bad. That's fine.
And then we talked about pasta.
The next question is for Tai Tai. So Susanna and you were the top 2 4 times in a row, which is a record for the Circle Online. So what was the strategy for the rest of the game? And do you think that hashtag justice for V was achieved? Did you get your redemption story?
So I think I definitely got my redemption story. Can you hear me now? Okay. So I said that I think I definitely got my redemption story because I made it way farther than I could have ever imagined. And that made me really, really happy. I'm super happy that I accomplished all I wanted to. But going back to the first question, I was loyal. I wanted to stay loyal. I love Susanna. I love Jess. I love Rachel. Working together was super fun. And there probably wasn't any way that I would have turned my back on them.
And you know, I tried to get in his head and I tried to make him backstab some people. It didn't work. Okay.
That's really horrible.
I'm a horrible person.
Oh, he's more than a god. He's like a direct interference. Or he's
like the opposite
like a
of
Roman god. No, he's like a flawed god. Yeah, I can raise mountains, but I'm also going to get plastered and set your house on fire and sleep with your spouse.
I was the chaotic evil in my season. So.
You're the chaotic evil of all the seasons.
Tai Tai, you got to control your man.
Yeah.
I was really nervous, Susanna, that you were like really pissed at me. There were certain times I was like, "Oh, Susanna is pissed." Like,
I wasn't pissed. I was crying, Jess. There's a difference.
I'm sorry. I do love all of y'all, and I was loyal. There was only one time I didn't rank the way we said, and it was only because I wanted to. But it ended up that we were on top anyways. So I was like, I'm just done. I'm done with this. Like,
you failed at breaking the alliance. That's very sad.
I will admit that like every time you reiterated I'm loyal, I got more suspicious.
Yes.
Like here, drink this poison. It's not poison.
Guys.
Well, that's a good segue into my next question because, in fact, Jess, near the end, you were thinking of going against your alliance and working with Rachel and starting a separate alliance with Rachel and Mikhail. So what made you start thinking this despite your alliance being so strong?
Again, for me, I loved this season. It was so much fun. I wanted to reiterate, Pokemon Day was my favorite too. Actually, that was probably my best moment when I think about it because I stayed in character like pretty much the whole day. But I wanted to do it because I just wanted to shake things up. It was nothing personal. I was just like, I'm kind of bored with how nice everyone's being. Like, this is a game of strategy. Like when I play Exploding Kittens with Tyler, like I go in, like, you know what I mean? Like I'm trying to win. Like, and so that's just the only reason. It was nothing personal. I loved our alliance, but I was just like, I just want to stir something up. And every time I tried to stir something up, it was like, it felt like people were too personally attacked. So I was like, oh, never mind. Like, I love y'all. I'm just gonna go back to being nice, Jess, I guess, because it was just for fun. I was just like, I just want to see something happen. That was it. And also because like I keep saying, like I'm pretty sure you cursed me with that Always Bridesmaids act. So I was just like, they're all season 5 people. I'm not going to win. So I just might as well go out with a bang. So that was really what I was trying to do. And then I was just too chicken shit because I didn't know what Zuzana had won for the music challenge. And so I was like, nope, I already said I was going to open up our alliance chat. I have to do it because if I don't, it'll look super suspicious. So that was the only reason. And then I ended up just being loyal the whole time. Like I said, it was the one time I didn't do the rankings we said, nothing happened. So I was like, I'll just keep ranking how they tell me. Like, honestly, I did rank how y'all told me. I always was just like, whatever y'all say, I don't care because I'm just here to have fun. Like, so.
I know that whenever you talked about it, the spectators were going like, yes, do it. They were going.
Well, I was hoping and praying for a chat with Michael. Like I tried to hint at it in my diary. I was like, I wish I could have a chat with Michael because I had already used my chats, but
Mikau.
It didn't happen. Or I'm sorry, Mikau. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Mikau. It didn't happen. So I was like, all right.
I know it's like we were like, oh, wish she had an extra chat today.
Yeah, I didn't get a chat that day, so
I don't know anything about that.
I was sitting there with my, I was sitting there with my ice. Zeus ice. Was that you?
No, I had it.
No, definitely not.
My plan was to message Rachel.
Sorry, I love you,
and
Mikau.
Tell her open up a chat with Mikau right away and tell him not to open up his chat. And then I was going to just like explain like, hey, let's just like turn this game on its head and let's try and make us the top 4 now. But it didn't happen. So
yeah.
Which cheese would McCall be?
Huh?
Pepper Jack?
I think McCall would be like cheddar.
You were Monterey Pepper.
I'm a big Gouda fan. If I'm allowed to have input.
I'm basic cheddar.
Okay, you can be the cheddar.
I'm basic as fuck. Y'all don't even know. I mean, look at this room. Y'all think I'm so fun. Like I have nothing up on my walls because that's how basic I
am. Yeah.
So next question is for Rachel. Can you share all your cookie recipes?
Absolutely.
Can you share all your recipes, in fact?
Yeah.
Almost none of them are written down. I write down my baking recipes because baking is more science. And with the kitchen, I just kind of throw things in a pot and stuff happens.
The next question, and that was the only question for Rachel somehow. I don't know. Who wrote these questions?
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead, Rachel. Yes.
Okay, I know I already messaged Mel about it, but Mel, how much fun was it watching Andy not be Mel at all? Like, how did you feel? Were you just squirming the whole time?
So it was weird for me because like I knew somebody was gonna play me, and I knew I was Desiree, right? But then me and Bree got kicked out, and I knew at that moment like Bree was gonna find out it was me, and I was like, oh my gosh, whoever comes into this block circle chat doesn't know that like Melody is out there somewhere, and I had no idea because we were sitting in the block circle, and I think, let's see, Ashley came in and Desiree came in, and then I think when
Tabby.
Isabella came in, right? You guys added like the audience to our chat. After that, we got to talk to people like right after they sent Ashley back in. So that's when I got to see Melody. And so when you guys saw Bree, which was Ashley at that point, that's when I saw Andy being me, but I didn't know. And then like I went back and read like his diary at the beginning, and it was like he was pretending to be me. He thought it was me, and then like I saw the change happen, and I saw some of it. But then in the audience chat, I was super confused. Like this season made no sense to me because like I was so detached from it. So it was really disappointing because at like some point there was this turning point where Andy stopped even like fake trying to be me, and then like just started being him. And like at that point, I kind of was like, I had disengaged kind of because I decided like when they put me back in, I wanted to see like how the game played out because I didn't understand like a lot that was going on, right? Because I was in the block chat. So it honestly kind of like bummed me out to see like, you know, even though like he didn't get called out directly and nobody did, which I'm assuming is what happened with the fake Andy thing. Once again, don't know. It was kind of like underwhelming instead of overwhelming, you know, like, because I saw this hyped up Andy reading in his diary, oh, I'm Mel, I wonder what she's gonna think, and like, oh, I'm doing this, oh, I did this, and then like I got in and I couldn't see any of those chats and I saw like Andy. So for me, honestly, it was like watching season 5 that I never got to watch in a weird manner, with like awkward conversations of reading between the lines of like, oh, I'm gonna talk to you like Mel, Andy. So it would be
Andy.
weird because they weren't like actual, there was sincerity in the conversation, but I was super lost in the context of them, because like there wasn't the context of being me in any sort anymore, and it was like, but he wasn't him with you guys. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I think the reason nobody wanted to call out Mel directly is because it was so obvious there was no point.
Right.
Like, you could just smell it in like 5 seconds.
And I wondered, like, I also wondered, like, if I didn't switch with Andy and I stayed me and I wasn't a catfish, if like me, actual me coming in, if it would have caused something. Because I've talked to a few of you guys like outside the chat, and like Ty is pretty cool and we've laughed before, and same with you. So like I semi knew who you guys were, and you guys knew I was drama. So I wonder like if actual me going in and if Mean Mel came in would have done something different, you know what I mean? Because like you guys saw me as Dan, and you guys kind of know like that I'm a direct person. So I wonder how that would have like, if you guys would have like huddled harder, or if I could have broken alliance at that point. That would have been really cool to see. In another dimension, right?
Season 12
is for Susanna. In your original season, you talked how uneasy you were with big alliances, but this season you were part of a big alliance. So what made you change your mind? How did the experience feel? Would you do it again?
I did not change my mind, but what the hell was I supposed to do? Like, it was like day 2, and like Tyler was like, so I talked to Jess and she wants to work together and with Rachel, and I'm like, so what do I say now? Like, nope, like I couldn't. So that's what I wanted to say. I'm sorry guys, I love you, but like, you know, that I operate better on my own, or like with one person. I'm more like, you know, you've seen me play. So
so it was really funny reading your diary.
Yeah, well. So my diary is a lot less shady this time, by the way. But anyways, I felt like I couldn't say no, and then I just went with it, even though it necessarily wasn't like what I would have done if things went different. But
so the next question is for the 4 of you: the Tai, Jess, Rachel, and Susanna. You guys were in a 4-person alliance, and you pretty much controlled the game. But did you feel that? A lot of you were very paranoid at multiple times.
Oh, I was okay. I think I was the one who kept telling my group, like, calm down, it is okay. The only thing I was paranoid about was if there was a bite the bullet and then the super influencer. Those were the only things I was like, who do we block at this point? Because I felt like Andy was baiting us to block him. Like, and so I was like, maybe he has bite the bullet, so I don't want to do that. But that was the only time I was stressed. But other than that, I was like, you guys, we're golden. Like, we're together and they're all a mess. Like, we're good. So
I was only ever paranoid whenever Jess was like, oh guys, I'm so loyal. Don't worry about me. I'm super loyal.
Yeah.
I hope this proves my loyalty.
I was
like
99% convinced Jess was gonna go nuclear on us.
I'm gonna like screenshot my God chat so y'all can see that I voted the way we're supposed to the whole time.
That's okay. We trust you. We trust you.
We have words after this.
Yeah, I was worried, but I wanted to trust Jess, so I just kind of like, I trusted her as much as I could and just kind of like hope that she wouldn't do anything bad.
Tyler knows me. Tyler knows
I know her, yeah.
I'd love to last minute be like, you know what? Let's just change everyone's mind. Let's just mess things.
And the last question is to everyone. So what was y'all's favorite theme day?
Pokemon.
The Office. Sorry.
The Office was my favorite.
Definitely The Office, even though I got blocked that day.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna say The Office because I enjoyed the Office event a lot more than the Pokemon
Yeah.
event. No
The
offense.
Office
The
event was
Me
Pokemon
and you were
event,
killing that, Rachel.
the Pokemon event was amazing, but also it was like 5 hours.
Oh yeah.
Desiree was so good at the Office event, like so good.
And I didn't even get the prize.
I know.
Oh yeah. She carried you like the team on her back. Her and who was it? Rachel.
Rachel.
carried that.
Yeah.
I played a lot of Neopets, so I'm really good at word unscrambling.
Yeah,
really-
that was
That makes
not
sense.
my
So I
strong
dropped
point.
it in my diary, but there's this game like the Castle of Elevthade, and all you have to do is unscramble words, and I played that for years.
Guys,
Yeah.
it makes me very
We
happy
weren't
that-
allowed to talk about it, Tyler and I, but the reward for that was the bite the bullet, so that's why I
Uh-huh.
wasn't worried, because I was like, what are the odds there's 2?
Yeah, Rachel, you kind of spilled that to me, and I was like, I can't say anything. That never happened.
Yeah,
And
because I
was
said
like,
that. I was like, oh my god, we got this. And then right after
Yeah,
that, I
and then
think
you were like,
Tyler
I'm
was
not
like,
supposed to talk
nobody
about
say a
it."
word.
and you deleted the message, and I was like, okay, so that never happened. And I was just like, I have like a huge like red letters in my in my spreadsheet, like ask about by the bullet.
Okay, so now it's time for the ranking reveal. It's I think Heidi's gonna do this part.
Ooh, I get the fun part. Are we all excited? Are we doing the video, Tyler?
The call
I'm
gets
awake,
the emoji,
so
I'm
that
gonna riot.
counts.
Tyler, can we do the video thing or no? Is that possible?
Yeah, go for it. I'll need a video.
Okay.
Otherwise, I have a drum roll, put in. Put in.
We can join in.
How do I do that?
I'm very excited, and you guys all did a great job, and I hope you enjoyed this season.
You gotta lie to us.
I'm very
Hold
excited
on, let me
for The Office because Felicia and I worked very hard on that.
It was amazing.
It was. It honestly was.
Good.
It was good, even though I didn't know what The Office was. But I had.
How do you
That
not even have like
conference
a
was fun.
passing understanding of The Office?
So wait, how long did it
I
take
don't
you guys to
watch
do
a
the
lot of TV.
office?
Like 2 minutes.
And like an hour and 15
for an
minutes.
hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, there was a 2-minute difference.
Okay, can you see it?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
We're getting fancier and fancier every time. Like, wow.
This is just Axe's like portfolio.
Oh no, not another roller.
Okay.
This is too stressful.
Number 5. I don't know if it's showing who it is, or do I just...
No, you say it. It's just the numbers. Yeah.
Okay, number 5. Nicole. Yay, Nicole. Number 4. We have Rachel. Number 3. We have Jess. So the big moments.
I'm happy already. So
Yeah,
I mean, I
me
was
too.
happy before.
Our
but,
winner
like-
is... Oh, are we doing 2 or are we doing the winner?
We can do the winner. Yeah.
Tie!
What?
Hooray!
Really?
Yay!
Oh my god.
You've broken the curse, Tai Tai!
Yes, you won.
Justice
did it,
Veronica has been achieved.
So
Justice
justice for
Veronica.
Veronica has been definitely
Guys,
fulfilled.
I also want to
Oh
point
my
out that
God.
Veronica got blocked first. And then Tai
That
Tai
is
made it
so
to the
crazy.
end
Yes.
and won the season.
So obviously Tai Tai is better than Veronica.
It's because you have that commercial power.
Right? Fan favorite is Bree. Unfortunately, but we have some nice things. Best catfish with the most drama. Did such a great job playing Ashley and tried her best to be strategic against the 4 cheeses. And she is a phenomenal catfish and such a strategical player to watch, and definitely had the highest potential to bring the drama if she just stayed in a little bit longer. Though she did shake things up during her exit. Long live Brashley!
Yes.
Yay! And then Bree apparently voted for herself, and she said, because I just want my damn emoji.
And she's gonna get one.
It's okay, I'll
Same,
just buy
girl.
mine.
Congratulations.
Congrats, everyone.
Yeah, can I like cash app
Thanks,
you?
guys.
Congrats, you guys. It was so much fun.
It really was.
I'm inviting y'all to the server now, except for you, Mikal, because you never added my friendship.
That's because you were trying to add me on my